Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be taking a look at something that you might think you already know all about.
Oh, yeah.
Dietary fiber.
Fiber?
Eat your fruits and veggies.
Key regular, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Right. But what if I told you there's a whole hidden world within those leafy greens and crunchy carrots?
Okay.
We're talking about fiber subtypes,
Ooh.
the unsung heroes of the nutrition world.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What makes these subtypes so different from what we normally hear about?
Think of it this way. We've been looking at fiber like it's just one big category,
Okay.
soluble or insoluble.
Right.
But it's way more nuanced than that. It's like saying all trees are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they're all trees, but an oak is vastly different from a palm tree.
Right.
Right.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So we're going beyond just the basic fiber facts and getting specific.
Exactly. We're diving into cutting-edge research that breaks down the specific roles these different fiber subtypes play in our health. We've got some fascinating excerpts from scientific publications like Diversity of Fibers in Common Foods, Key to Advancing Dietary Research, and Dietary Fibers in Health. And we're also going to tap into resources like the Nutrition Source at Harvard to get a well-rounded perspective.
Sounds like we're about to uncover some seriously valuable insights.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's really exciting is that research on specific fiber subtypes is still in its early stages.
Okay.
It's like an unexplored frontier of nutrition science.
So we're basically pioneers here, venturing into the unknown depths of the fiber world. What are some of the biggest surprises researchers are uncovering about these subtypes?
Well, for starters, they're finding that different subtypes can have vastly different effects on our bodies.
Okay.
Some are superstars at feeding the good bacteria in our gut, while others might be better at regulating blood sugar, or even helping to prevent certain diseases.
Okay, now I'm really starting to see why understanding these subtypes is so important.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting enough fiber overall, it's about getting the right kinds of fiber.
Exactly. And one of the key takeaways from the research is that we need to shift our focus from simply fiber to fiber diversity.
Makes sense.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to eat the same vegetable every day, would you?
Precisely. Just like we need a variety of vitamins and minerals, we need a diverse mix of fiber subtypes to support our overall health.
Okay.
And this is where things get really interesting. The research dives into how specific subtypes, like beta-glucans found in oats and barley, can have a significant impact on blood sugar control.
So it's not just about eating your oatmeal.
Right.
It's about understanding the power of the beta-glucans in that oatmeal.
Exactly. Another interesting finding is the role of prebiotics.
Okay.
These are types of fiber, like beta-fructans, that act as food for the beneficial bacteria in our gut. And those bacteria play a crucial role in everything from digestion to immunity.
This is starting to sound like a whole ecosystem down there in our gut. I'm guessing the research is also shedding light on how these fiber subtypes interact with our gut bacteria.
You got it. And one of the most fascinating discoveries is the connection between fiber subtypes and the production of short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs.
Refresh my memory on why those are important.
Think of SCFAs as the superheroes of gut health. They have a wide range of benefits, including reducing inflammation, regulating appetite, and even supporting brain health. And certain fibers, like those found in onions, chicory root, and Jerusalem artichokes, are particularly good at promoting SCFA production.
So by choosing the right types of fiber, we're not just feeding ourselves, we're feeding the good bacteria in our gut, which then produce these amazing SCFAs that benefit our whole body. It's like a chain reaction of goodness.
It really is. And the research highlights the fact that different fiber subtypes can contribute to different types of SCFAs, each with its own unique set of benefits.
This is mind-blowing. We're basically learning how to fine-tune our gut health by selecting specific types of fiber.
And that's just scratching the surface. The research also explores the role of fiber subtypes in managing conditions like diabetes, obesity, and even gastrointestinal diseases.
Well, I can't wait to dive into those details. This is already making me rethink my entire approach to fiber.
I think you'll be surprised by just how powerful these tiny fibers can be. So let's jump into how these fiber subtypes can impact specific health conditions. We were just talking about blood sugar control, and diabetes is a major health concern for millions of people.
Right, and I know diet plays a huge role in managing diabetes.
Yeah.
What does the research tell us about the connection between fiber subtypes and blood sugar?
Well, it turns out that certain subtypes, like beta-glucans, are particularly good at helping regulate blood sugar levels. The research highlights a study that found consuming 100 grams of oats daily led to a greater reduction in blood sugar levels compared to those who ate only 50 grams. And remember, oats are a great source of beta-glucans.
So it's not just about eating oats, it's about eating enough oats to get those blood sugar benefits.
Exactly. And the benefits of beta-glucans go beyond just oats. The research mentions studies where beta-glucans from mushrooms also had positive effects on blood sugar regulation. There was even a study where a daily beta-glucan supplement improved blood sugar control and reduced appetite in people with type 2 diabetes. Pretty amazing, right?
That's incredible. It seems like focusing on specific fiber subtypes could be a game changer for people with diabetes.
It's definitely a promising area of research. And speaking of managing health conditions, let's talk about obesity. The research suggests certain fiber subtypes might play a role in regulating satiety, which is that feeling of fullness we get after eating.
I've definitely noticed that eating high fiber foods keeps me feeling fuller for longer. Is it any type of fiber that does this?
Not necessarily. It seems certain subtypes are better at promoting satiety than others, and it all comes back to those amazing SCFAs we talked about earlier.
Right, those beneficial compounds produced by our gut bacteria. Remind me again how they fit into all of this.
Well, when certain fibers are fermented by our gut bacteria, they produce SCFAs, and some of these SCFAs, like propionate, can actually travel to the brain and signal that the body is full.
Wow, so by eating the right kinds of fiber, we're essentially sending signals to our brain that we're satisfied. That's fascinating.
It really is. And the research points to both beta-glucans and pectins found in fruits like apples and berries as being effective at promoting SCFA production.
Okay, so those berries and oats are looking better and better. Any other research on specific fibers and obesity?
There's a study that found consuming barley beta-glucan for 12 weeks led to a significant decrease in visceral fat, which is the harmful fat that surrounds our organs. And our friends at the nutrition source at Harvard echo this, emphasizing that a high-fiber diet is generally recommended for managing obesity.
It's amazing how these different studies and sources all point to the same conclusion. Fiber is a powerful tool for managing weight and overall health.
Absolutely. And the benefits of specific fibers don't stop there. Let's shift gears and talk about gastrointestinal diseases.
Okay, that's a broad category. What kind of conditions are we talking about here?
We're talking about everything from irritable bowel syndrome or IBS to inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. These conditions affect millions of people, and managing them often involves finding the right dietary approach.
I know from personal experience that what I eat can have a huge impact on my gut health. So how do fiber subtypes fit into the picture?
Well, it's a bit more complex than just eat more fiber. The research highlights the delicate balance of the gut microbiome, that community of bacteria that live in our intestines. Some fibers, like certain types of beta-glucans, can actually exacerbate symptoms in people with IBS if they're not properly fermented.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah.
What about conditions like IBD?
There's some promising research on the effects of oat beta-glucan in people with ulcerative colitis. One study found that consuming oat bran, which is rich in beta-glucan, led to an increase in butyrate production in the gut.
Butyrate, another one of those beneficial SCFAs. What does it do for people with IBD?
Butyrate is like a soothing balm for the gut. It helps to reduce inflammation and promote healing in the gut lining. So eating oat bran, getting more beta-glucan, leads to more butyrate, which helps to calm the inflammation in the gut. It's like a domino effect of positive outcomes.
I love how it all comes together like that. What about other types of fiber for IBD?
The research on pectins is quite interesting. A study on mice with colitis found that orange pectin, but not citrus pectin, was able to reduce inflammation and promote healing. So even within the pectin family, there are variations in how they affect the gut.
It seems like there's so many layers to this. It really highlights the importance of understanding these subtypes and how they interact with our individual gut environments.
Exactly. And the research also delves into the potential role of fiber subtypes in preventing and managing colon cancer, which is another major health concern.
This is a topic that affects so many people. What does the research say about fiber and colon cancer?
Again, it seems those amazing SCFAs, especially butyrate, play a crucial role. Butyrate has shown anti-cancer effects in the colon, and certain fibers, like those found in wheat bran, can boost butyrate production.
So we're seeing a pattern here. Eat the right fibers, feed the good bacteria, produce more butyrate, and potentially reduce the risk of colon cancer.
That's a simplified way of putting it, but yes, there's definitely promising evidence. However, the research also acknowledges that more studies are needed to fully understand the complex relationship between specific fiber subtypes and colon cancer risk.
This has been incredibly enlightening. We've covered so much ground, from blood sugar control to gut health and even colon cancer prevention. It's clear that understanding fiber subtypes can have a major impact on our overall health.
And this is really just the tip of the iceberg. I have a feeling we'll be hearing a lot more about the power of specific fiber subtypes in the years to come.
I'm excited to see what the future holds for fiber research. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a moment to distill all of this information into some practical takeaways. What can our listeners do to start incorporating these insights into their own lives?
That's a great question. And that's exactly what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive. Stay tuned.
All right, so we've journeyed through this fascinating world of fiber subtypes. And now it's time to answer the big question. What does this all mean for us?
Right. Let's translate all this incredible research into something actionable. Because knowledge is only powerful when we can actually use it.
Exactly. So what are the key takeaways our listeners can use to level up their fiber game and improve their health?
The first step is to shift your mindset. Instead of simply focusing on fiber, start thinking about fiber diversity. Don't just glance at the total grams on a food label. Look deeper and consider the types of fiber present.
It's like we've been looking at a forest as a whole, and now we're finally starting to see the individual trees, each with its own unique characteristics.
That's a great analogy. And just like a diverse forest is a healthy forest, a diverse mix of fiber subtypes is essential for a healthy gut and overall well-being.
So how do we start building that diverse fiber portfolio in our diet?
Aim for a variety of fiber-rich foods throughout the day. Think whole grains like barley and oats for beta-glucans, fruits like apples and berries for pectins, and legumes for resistant starch. And don't forget those prebiotic powerhouses like onions, chicory root, and Jerusalem artichokes to feed the good bacteria in your gut.
Those Jerusalem artichokes are definitely going on my grocery list. But what about folks who might be dealing with specific health concerns like diabetes or IBS? Is there a one-size-fits-all approach to fiber?
Not necessarily. While increasing fiber diversity is generally beneficial, it's always a good idea to work with a healthcare professional or registered dietitian, especially if you have any underlying health conditions.
They can help you tailor your fiber intake to your individual needs and make sure you're getting the right types and amounts for your specific situation.
Exactly. And remember, this journey into the world of fiber subtypes is just beginning. Research is constantly evolving, and we're likely to uncover even more fascinating insights in the years to come.
It's incredible to think we've only just scratched the surface of what these tiny fibers can do for our health.
So keep exploring, keep diversifying your fiber intake, and who knows what amazing benefits you might unlock.
What a fantastic deep dive. We've gone from the basics of fiber to the complexities of subtypes. And I feel like I have a whole new understanding of how to fuel my body and support my gut health.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you. And remember, every meal is an opportunity to nourish your gut and optimize your health.
Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of fiber. We hope you've learned something new and are feeling inspired to level up your gut health. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with anyone who might benefit from these incredible insights. Until next time, keep diving deep.